Hi, my tribute speech is about my little brother. His name is David. He's 11 years old and he has autism. And we first found out he had autism when he was 10 months old. We got him diagnosed and evaluated, and it helped us understand a lot of things that had been going on. He'd have meltdowns, he regressed, he stopped being able to talk, and we couldn't understand why. And then we got the diagnosis, and then we finally understood, oh, okay, so it's not just our imagination. There's something wrong here. We quickly had to understand what autism was, which is, and how to work around it. And much like not being able to do the things that I used to do when I was little. Like, I used to be in cheerleading, I used to be in sports, and we couldn't do that anymore because we had to prioritize David, getting into therapies, being able to make sure that he was watched constantly, and being able to help him in the best ways we could. And that was our new reality, and that was fine. Me and my older brother both had to go through this, and my mom had to also put her life on hold to be able to help him. And knowing how to help him as well was a completely new thing for us. We learned tactics from ABA therapy, which is applied behavioral analysis, which is positive and negative reinforcement. If you want to know a bit more about it, you can go ahead and look it up on your own because I don't have a lot of time to explain. And also, we also helped him by giving him like safety blankets, like the big old headphones, or making sure that he had sensory things, like sometimes we'd brush him with certain things just so he could have that external texture and help that with like relieving his sensory problems, because sometimes giving him sensory input that he feels like he needs can help him be able a little more stress relieved. We also had to work around the fact that he has OCD, which means he has to do some things. Like, every time we stop at a stoplight, he has to roll down the window. You cannot stop him, no matter if it is raining or if there's a tornado outside. He has to roll down the window or he will have a meltdown. And you just have to be able to deal with certain things like that. That's very specific, and you have to let him do his thing and just let him be, because there's no use fighting over it. Just let him do the little thing if it makes him more comfortable and more happy and more secure in himself. Though he does have autism, we learned how, because we learned how to work around it, he learned how to work around it. So he has gotten a lot of achievements in his life. So he is able to talk and hold a conversation now as an 11-year-old versus when he was like a 4-year-old and he could barely speak at all. I mean, it was a great accomplishment for him to be able to tell us that he even wants a drink of water or he wants food. That was a humongous thing. I mean, every time he'd be like, can I have McDonald's? We would have to give him McDonald's to reinforce that behavior, and we actually had to stop that as he got older because that's a lot of McDonald's. But and he's very good academically because he has a very good memory. I mean, he knows all the continents, he knows the phonetic alphabet. Like, all of a sudden he'll just go like alpha, beta, like go through the whole phonetic alphabet just off the top of his head. He knows a lot of like nifty little things that you wouldn't expect like an 11-year-old to know, but that's David, him being quirky and him having a very good mind and being able to remember things like that. Often people take for granted that their siblings being able to tell them what they want and what they need, and they don't understand how lucky they have it, how they can grow up with a sibling that's able to function in life without a lot of help. And though it has been hard for every member of my family with David, and even hard for him, I would not want him any different, because he is the sweetest and kindest little boy I have ever known in my life, and he has made me the person I am today, and that is why I did my tribute speech about him, because he is the most important person in my life, and even the reason why I chose my career path. I don't know what I would do without him. So, thank you.